Chairman Timmons, Ranking Member Subramaniam, and members of the committee, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to testify today on military procurement and defense innovation, and specifically the critical role that small businesses and defense technology startups play in securing our nation's future. As a military officer and veteran of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, a former congressional staffer on the House Armed Services Committee, and now a small business owner working in national security, I've seen firsthand how innovation thrives in America, but too often fails to reach the warfighter. The challenge is not a lack of ideas or ambition. It is a system that is encumbered by red tape and resists change. Bottom line, we are operating at two speeds, one fast, adaptive, and entrepreneurial, and the other constrained by outdated processes and paralyzing uncertainty. Despite growth in venture capital and new entrants into the defense marketplace, small businesses still account for a disproportionately small share of defense contracts. Promising technologies remain locked in pilot programs or mired in procurement cycles that outlast the companies themselves. For early-stage defense technology companies, the financial realities are stark. The average time between venture funding rounds is just 12 months, placing immense pressure on founders to quickly demonstrate product market fit, validate their technology, and secure meaningful government contracts. Yet the DoD procurement cycle operates on a much longer timeline. As a result, many promising startups either pivot away from national security or fail outright, not because of technological shortcomings, but because the system is simply too slow to keep pace with private sector tempo. Fortunately, America's national security base is resilient and determined. We are at a pinnacle moment, one where years of frustration have matured into a focused, bipartisan conversation about reform. Legislative interventions like the Forged Act and the recently introduced SPEED Act reflect this shift, offering pragmatic solutions to unlock acquisition speed and empower portfolio-based decision-making. Building upon this progress, I offer 4 recommendations. Number 1, we must reform acquisition pathways and adopt a commercial-first system to capitalize off private sector R&D. Defense innovation doesn't emerge from rigidly executing outdated requirements. It thrives when companies take risks, anticipate emerging threats, and build capabilities the Pentagon didn't yet know it needed. If we want to outpace our adversaries, we must empower those who are building the future, not just fulfilling the past. The recent executive order from the White House on modernizing defense acquisition and spurring innovation is an important step towards adopting a commercial-first acquisition framework. Number 2, we must invest in manufacturing and industrial resilience, including workforce development, additive manufacturing, and targeted use of Defense Production Act authorities, which are set to lapse at the end of September. Programs like the DoD Office of Strategic Capital Loan Program are critical for bridging the funding gap that often prevents innovative technologies from scaling beyond prototype into full-rate production. The expansion of OSC's lending authority in the House-passed reconciliation bill is an important step to making this program more accessible to defense technology startups. Number 3, we must confront the national security talent crisis with the seriousness it demands, recognizing that every breakthrough defense technology begins with an American mind, often shaped by a U.S. university and supported by federally funded research and development. Now is not the time to cut basic research funding. Doing so would undermine the very foundation upon which the future technologies and future companies are built. We cannot afford to sacrifice our long-term national security for short-term budget optics. Number 4, we must cut through the red tape that's holding back America's innovation base. This means harnessing the power of AI to streamline bloated contracting processes and back-office functions. We must also modernize outdated export controls that prevent U.S. companies from equipping our allies with trusted technology, remove legacy barriers that delay access to classified facilities through innovative policy reforms, and ensure that government laboratories are focused on supporting private sector innovation, not competing with it. This committee plays a vital role in ensuring accountability and progress. It is your oversight that ensures innovation mandates are implemented and that we do not allow bureaucracy to choke off opportunity. America's edge in innovation is not guaranteed. It must be earned and renewed with deliberate policy, sustained funding, and a defense ecosystem that values speed, risk-taking, and new voices. If we want to field the most advanced capabilities before our adversaries do, we must create a system that rewards these behaviors. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.